I've always wanted to do this. 3, 2, 1. Summertime with Coach BD and Coach Ash. And action. Joining me today inside the Wild Cardinal Network studio is Ashlyn Roberts, our varsity girls volleyball coach here at St. Michael. And she wears a few different hats as well as far as being in charge of our social media accounts for sports. Coach Ash, I cannot thank you enough for coming in today.
Thank
and
you.
welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
Well, we are glad to have you. And speaking of excitement, with volleyball on the fringe of kicking off in about a little bit over a month or so, kind of tell us a little bit about you and talk about your career, how you got involved in volleyball.
Well, my mom has been coaching since before I was even born. We kind of said, we always joke I was destined to play volleyball. My mom was tossing balls for her team when she was about 9 months pregnant with me. Someone came up and cracked her right in the stomach with a volleyball. She was fine. I'm obviously fine, but we always joke and say that I was marked by volleyball at that moment. But yeah, my mom's been in the game. I've been a gym rat. My sister and I have been pepper partners since we could barely walk. So I've been in it my whole life.
Well, speaking of your mother, legendary coach in the state of Florida, coached many years at Sneads High School, 5 state championships, is that correct? Can you talk a little bit about her career and just kind of her coaching you as you were coming up through the program?
Yeah. My mom, I think she dabbled in volleyball growing up, so it's really amazing to me how she became a very decorated coach, and not only in Florida, but people from all over know her. Softball was her sport, but she started as an intern, ended up loving it, and she would look up videos. Back in the day, it was VCR tapes. She would find VCR tapes, and she just fell in love and poured herself into the sport and slowly became a head coach. And, she's coached kids from all over, all different ages. She was at Sneads High School the longest. She even has a road now called Sheila Roberts Way at the high school. It's the road that the buses drive on to pick up the kids. So that's always pretty cool. That'll be there. I don't know if they'll ever take it down. But yeah, she coached me the earliest age I think I was maybe 12. And she started a club volleyball team, just one team, started her own club. It was called Club Zero Gravity. She thought it was funny because we could all jump super, super high, even though we were little bitty things, but we could jump up and hit the ball hard. So Club Zero Gravity. And our team was called the 13 Thunder. So that's where it all started, I think, with the Sneads legacy. My team that year, 13 Thunder, was coached by my mom, and from that point to our last state championship as seniors, we were together. So that was my group, 13 Thunder. We went on to win a state championship my sophomore, junior, and senior season at Sneads High School.
Wow. What an accomplishment.
I know. Pretty incredible.
So playing for your mom, tell me what that was like as far as relationship. How do you bring balance to separate mom versus coach? Because I've had the opportunity at the play date, I think it was last year before, to watch your mom when she was at Florida High out of Tallahassee.
Yeah. Yep.
Can get after it.
That's right.
Can get after it. Not to mention y'all are like carbon copies.
Yes, we are. We even have the same gestures whenever we're coaching. It's pretty cool. Yeah. I don't know. She definitely taught me a lot. There's not a perfect combination or like I don't know, I don't think there's an easy way to be coached by your parent. I think you just have to navigate it as you go. For me, I had more pushback just because she was my mom. And I hear that's kind of common when I have friends who've been coached by their parents. So it's a difficult relationship to navigate. But I think she did an excellent job of treating me and my sister Taylor as exactly like our teammates. even though we're all carbon copies, like you said, we look exactly alike. The way that she coached us, there was never any special treatment. If we were on the court, it was because we earned the spot. It wasn't given to us ever. And on occasion, my mom would kick me out of the gym during practice if I didn't have the right attitude. So she wasn't shy about that, but she didn't just kick me out either. She would kick out teammates if they didn't have the right attitudes or effort in practice. But it definitely got better as I grew up. I matured, and I definitely started to appreciate her wisdom and just the character traits that she instilled in me as an athlete and my teammates. And it's all right there. You can see she knows what she's doing. So
so
a lot of respect.
It's got to be in the genes, but it's also got to be in the coaching and the job that she did as a parent and a coach. Your sister played college volleyball, but also you played college volleyball at South Alabama.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about your time at South and your career?
Yeah, for sure. My coach who recruited me found me by accident. If you're a volleyball person, you might have heard of Tiara Caesar. She was a big outside hitter for University of Florida, and is now playing overseas. She was my teammate growing up, and the South Alabama coach was coming to watch her and another one of my teammates. And so I was just this little setter. I used to wear a ninja headband across my forehead. It didn't hold my hair up. It was literally just around my head, and it said ninja. But I had a huge top spin jump serve as a little 5'3" nothing setter playing with the big girls. But I was a firecracker on the court, and I guess I caught her eye, and she contacted me immediately, and I visited a couple other schools, but something about South, the JAG gym is a little bit smaller. It's not in a big arena that most D1 schools play in, so we had our own space, and it felt more familiar to me, I guess. Sneed's, we had a small gym, but we would pack that thing up, and it would just be loud and exciting, and I think just the smaller, more intimate home feeling of South, it's what drew me to the school. But I ended up graduating early from Sneed's High School, so I was only 17 when I got to South in January. I started training with the Jags, and I remember the opening game, they put me in the spring tournament, little 17-year-old me. We played LSU, Tennessee, and North Carolina, I believe, at LSU.
Just a few powerful teams.
Yeah, but I was shocked, but that's just a good memory that I have. But yeah, I was a setter my first 2 years, and then they moved me to the libero position, and I was the libero my junior and senior year there.
Now, I understand the Wild Cardinal Network has obtained video of you on your first day of practice. Is there anything that you would like to share with us? You're 17, early enrollee at South Alabama?
Yeah, so I was a little nervous. If it's not my first practice at South, it had to have been the first week. But, I was a setter. I was doing setters training, and we used 8-pound medicine balls. I use this same drill with my girls now, and I make sure that they know how to do the drill correctly and how to be safe. But my coach tossed the 8-pound medicine ball, and I went to catch it up, and the ball went through my hands, hit me square on my face, and knocked me back. And back then we would record it with the iPad or the phone so that we could go back and watch. And so we do have film of me at my first practice at South hitting myself in the face with a medicine ball.
Well, I think between the medicine ball and your mom getting hit while you were in her belly with a spike, you're a very good defensive and tough player.
That's right.
So as you ventured out of your career at South Alabama and graduated, tell us about your journey and how you landed here at St. Michael.
Yeah. I moved to Gulf Shores. Well, I was in Tallahassee after I graduated. That was during COVID, so I packed up and I moved to Tallahassee, back where my family lived. And I became my mom's varsity assistant coach at Florida High, and I was the head JV coach there for that season. So that was my first year of true full-time coaching work. And I was blessed to be able to work under my mom during that time. And I worked as her strength and conditioning coach as well. The year after that, I moved to Gulf Shores. I ended up getting the varsity assistant job at Gulf Shores High School. I was a little substitute teacher, working in a diner, but I knew that I wanted to be a head coach. I wanted to start and create a legacy at a school. And just seeing my mom, how she'd completely changed not only the volleyball program, but the school, the culture surrounding athletics as a whole. Like, that is something that I'm very passionate about. And I heard through the grapevine that they were looking for a coach at St. Michael, and I got connected, interviewed, really loved the atmosphere, loved the vision that they had, and I found out pretty shortly after that I got the job. Yeah.
Well, congratulations, and we're glad to hear you.
Mm-hmm.
So tell us a little bit about the culture. I know this is your third year.
Yep.
The area's changed,
Mm-hmm.
what you're trying to build, your style, and just
Mm-hmm.
kind of the direction that the program's headed in.
Yeah. All the players that play for me and have played for me know that discipline is very important, especially with the little things. I care about what time they show up. I care about how they show up, what they're wearing, what they're doing, warming up in the locker room. Even we're disciplined in everything that we do, and I believe that this carries over into the game. And then more importantly, that discipline, time management, things like that will carry over into their adulthood, being employees, being wives, being mothers one day. That's very important for me. So discipline, but then also just character. We're thankfully, and we're so blessed to be at a Christian school, and we're able to pray and, I just believe that this is my ministry, and so I'm trying to create great Christ-like women through the sport of volleyball. And so discipline, character, and things to that extent are very important to me, more so than the volleyball part, even though the volleyball part is still important.
Yeah, that's true. If you don't mind, elaborate a little bit more on the faith part.
Yeah.
Because I do know that you and the girls, you have like weekly Bible study, and then there's other things to do that you do in the program as well.
Yeah, so the girls love Bible study. I believe they've really bought into that time, and it's not a we have to go to Bible study, it's we get to have Bible study, and that it just makes my heart so happy. I have a few players, they openly pray for each other and to one another, and we have a scripture memorized. Last year we memorized one. This year it's Colossians 3:17, and that is kind of our focus for this season, is whatever that we're doing with our words, with our actions, we're trying to glorify God in what we're doing. But yeah, I just feel so blessed to be able to pray with my girls and to open the Word of God with them and freely, and then be able to translate that onto the court, because we give each other reminders, Colossians 3:17, and that'll give them a reminder. Yeah, we're about to run the mile, but I'm trying to glorify God with what I'm about to do, so I'm going to give my best effort, So definitely try to incorporate it in everything that we're doing, playing, lifting, conditioning, the way that we treat our teammates, our teachers, administration. All of our program understands that is the expectation, and we're thankful for it.
Well, we're thankful because it is a blessing that we have the opportunity to put our faith first and foremost at St. Michael.
Mm-hmm.
Now, freedom.
Mm-hmm.
I noticed that on the volleyball shirts.
Yeah.
We have freedom on the back.
Yeah.
Could you explain that?
Yeah, so it's personal, but our program they've taken it in, and they've accepted it. For me, I was in college. I was going through a little bit of a rough patch in terms of my mental volleyball wise. I feel like I couldn't do anything right, and my mom sent me in the mail a T-shirt, and she took a Sharpie on this white T-shirt and just wrote "Freedom" on it and sent it to me in the mail. And she wrote me a letter with it, but she pretty much was just telling me to just give everything to God and just play with freedom. I've given my whole life to this sport, and I had nothing to worry about. You know, I already made it to the highest level that I wanted to achieve. I did it. I'm there. Just play with freedom. And, you know, so that's what I wanted my girls to think about especially whenever I first got here. I didn't want them to bring in any old bad habits or thoughts about volleyball or, you know, things like that. I wanted them to just come into the idea of this new culture that I was building freely, and I wanted them to break off any chains that they had of, you know, I didn't want them to be scared or fearful about the roster or positions or anything like that, starting lineup, and, you know, just play with freedom. And, you know, yesterday we had our first play date, and I think that it looked like they were playing with freedom to me. So I think slowly but surely we're really starting to, you know, put that word into play, and it's moving in the right direction. But yeah, I love the word freedom. While I'm here, we're always going to have the word freedom attached to our program. So,
well, I know everyone is excited about the upcoming season, and that's awesome that your mother gives you that kind of support.
I know, yeah.
So, speaking of your mom, all the years playing for her or just being around her as an assistant, what traits and lessons or characteristics have you kind of taken from her that you might use here, or how do you incorporate all that, you being your own person running your own program?
Yeah. On it, you know, I still use some drills that she created back in the day, but it's more so bringing the championship mindset. I feel like not a lot of programs that I've seen, not at our school. Our school, we have championship mindsets, but just seeing other volleyball programs, I can't quite see a championship mindset and just some of the actions and I don't know, things like that. So I've carried that in from my mom. The time management, the hard work in the weight room is just as important as on the court. We were very committed in the weight room, and the girls know that we're not just repping to rep in the field house. Like, everything has a purpose, and every rep should have intention. And if you decide to take one rep off, you know, it's going to affect the whole team. So I'm just seeing my mom's championship mindset that she put into play with everyone is definitely something that I'm always going to have with me. And, you know, just it makes me think about Colossians 3:17. Just, you know, why would I not push these girls to be the best that they can be and to try to get that championship at the end of the season? You know, it's okay if we don't get there, but as long as they are striving to be the best that they can be in every area of their life, I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. And my mom definitely did that for me and my teammates growing up. So,
well, speaking of championships, as we prepare for this season,
yeah,
what should fans expect? What should we be on the lookout for? But also, give us a little preview, players to watch, tournament schedule.
Yeah.
Just share a little info for the upcoming season.
Okay.
A little foreshadowing, as I would call it.
Yeah, we have a very new team this year. I lost 6 seniors last year. I have, I think, 5 returning varsity players, maybe 6, but I think it's 5. And the rest I have 2 freshmen, and then the rest are coming up from JV. So very young.
Yep, young ones.
Very new team, but they're energetic, and they're passionate, and they're excited to be on a team with each other. They love volleyball, but I think they love being together more than anything, which is an amazing thing for me as a coach. But yeah, we have my 3 seniors, Lily Kerbel, Olivia Ford, and Lena Ramos. Lily's our libero. Olivia's an opposite, but she pretty much can play anywhere on the front row, and the same with Lena. our big attacker, but also she could set too. But we have a great team. We're pretty deep in every position. This year, it's very different from my past 2 years, where all of my attackers can pretty much attack anywhere on the net. So that gives me a lot of options, a lot of freedom with my lineup, which I'm really excited about. So yeah, my quarterback position is strong, and my liberos, I have a little freshman, Ann Paige Jenkins, coming up. She'll be a freshman this year. She's very athletic. She played on the high performance team this past summer and went to play in the high performance championships. So she's a baller in the making. So I'm really excited about the group we have. We have our opener on August 22nd versus Mobile Christian at home. And then the day after that, we leave for Birmingham. We have the Juanita Bodie, which is a huge, really high-level tournament.
Very big one.
Yeah, we're really excited about that one.
Well, we're excited that we get to participate in that as a school. I mean, playing in these elite tournaments that bring in national teams.
That's right.
That's just like a testament to the program and the direction that we're headed.
Yeah.
Well, as we prepare to wrap up,
Yeah.
I've got a fun little game we're going to play today.
Joy.
Would you rather? All right.
Okay.
Would you rather, for 24 hours on a continuous loop, listen to Baby by Justin Bieber or Shake It Off by Taylor Swift?
Baby by Justin Bieber.
Okay. If you have one set of wardrobe that you would have to wear every day for the rest of your life,
Okay.
would it be Billie Eilish's or Dolly Parton's?
Dolly Parton's.
I like that. I like that.
America's Sweetheart.
All right. This one's really important.
Okay. Oh, gosh.
For the rest of your life, would you rather wear hot pink Ugg boots or deep purple Crocs?
Probably the Crocs, because I could put them in sport mode whenever I wanted.
That's right.
Yep.
Put the latch down, four-wheel drive.
Yep.
All right, here we go. Last one.
Okay.
Would you rather dance every time you hear music played or sing along every time you hear the music play?
Probably sing, because I do that anyway. I sing all the time.
Well, that's win-win for everybody.
That's right.
Jerry, next time we'll play a little Would You Rather with you. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I cannot thank you enough, Coach Ash. Thank you so much for coming in today.
Thank you.
And we are excited, and we look forward to the upcoming volleyball season. And I want to thank everybody for tuning in to the Wild Cardinal Network as we are here inside the studios at St. Michael Catholic High School. Until next time, we'll see you.
Go Cardinals.
Bye-bye. Go Cardinals.